Jeju Air Flight 7C-2216 from Bangkok was carrying 175 passengers and 6 crew when disaster struck at the airport in Muan County on the country's southwestern tip, just after 9 a.m., local time Sunday, 7 p.m. ET Saturday. Footage of Sunday's crash broadcast by multiple South Korean news outlets showed the plane sliding on its belly at high speed, hitting an earthen embankment and erupting in a fireball. Neither the back nor front landing gear was visible in the footage, broadcast by networks including YTN, JTBC, and MBC, as smoke poured from the back of the sliding aircraft. Firefighters were later seen using water cannons to extinguish the blazing wreckage of the aircraft, which was listed as a Boeing 737-800 on flight tracking site FlightAware. Several parts of the aircraft were also seen strewn across the runway. The victims include 84 males, 85 females, and 10 people whose gender could not be determined, according to the South Jeolla Fire Service. Both of the survivors were crew members, 1 male and 1 female, according to the rescue team. 2 Thai nationals were among those on board, according to the South Korean Land Ministry. All the other passengers were South Korean. The wheels used for takeoff and landing appeared not to have fully deployed before landing. But what caused this failure to deploy is still unclear. Aviation analysts said more evidence is needed before South Korean authorities can definitively pinpoint what might have caused Sunday's crash, including speculation from local officials about a possible bird strike prior to the crash landing. Sunday's crash is very perplexing, given that both the aircraft and carrier have a strong safety record and flying conditions were excellent, an aviation journalist said. The Boeing 737-800 is one of the most widely used aircraft in the world, and each one is used for about 4 or 5 flights per day, Jeffrey Thomas, editor of Airline News, told CNN's Paula Newton. It is the most reliable aircraft in the world, and it's been in service for 20 years, he said. Everybody knows how it works, and it works really, really well, and the maintenance done in South Korea is as good as it gets around the world. It's a little bit unclear whether or not the undercarriage collapsed on landing, or whether the undercarriage was not deployed at all. This is a really serious issue that obviously investigators will be very much focused on, Thomas added. He added, "It is perplexing that the crash happened, given it was landing under dry and sunny conditions at a good airport. The plane was carrying 175 passengers and 6 crew. 2 of the passengers were Thai, and the rest are believed to have been South Korean, authorities have said. Many are thought to have been returning from a Christmas holiday in Thailand. The official death toll stands at 179, making it the deadliest plane crash in South Korean history. All the passengers and 4 members of crew died. Authorities have so far identified 88 bodies. 5 of the people who died were children under the age of 10. The youngest passenger was a 3-year-old boy, and the oldest was 78, authorities said, citing the passenger manifest. South Korea's National Fire Agency said 2 members of flight crew, a man and a woman, survived the crash. They were found in the tail side of the aircraft after the crash and taken to hospital, it said. More than 500 emergency personnel have been deployed as part of recovery efforts, including 490 fire employees and 455 police officers. They have been searching the area around the runway for parts of the plane and those who were on board. Families of the victims of the crash have been traveling to the airport in the hope of finding out what happened to their relatives. Video footage from Reuters shows officials reading names of the victims out loud.
그대로 계세요.